Welcome back, everybody. I'm Machine Gun Joe. This is the Doom 3 walkthrough, Part 3, Level 3 of this classic game that I hope you are watching so you will be inspired to pick up the controller or get on the keyboard and play this game too. With the lights off, alone, maybe get some headphones so the sound really hits you hard. It's great. I love this game. If you are a horror fan of that genre at all, you should play this game. I think it's easy enough, basically, to play this game where it should kind of appeal to everybody. Right off the bat, there's this Z-Sec soldier right here. But I should say that we just got done with part 2, and that was where we had to find a scientist, Dr. Ishii, and he was trying to send a distress signal to Earth about what had happened in, I guess, their experiment here, so far that we know about the story. Move up here, and a man drops the service ladder down for you, and you get to talk to him. Here is kind of your first NPC after the crisis event, whatever we want to call it, happens. Cherish these moments, ladies and gentlemen, because this is seldom. It's when you run into an NPC throughout the game, you'll just you'll have this feeling of like, oh, well, thank God, you know, like someone else is here. It's not just demons in here. Almost none of them are helpful, and I will admit that we will be murdering some of them throughout this game here. Simply because sometimes you can get some PDAs off of them, and it's really interesting to read their PDAs. The only way to get them is to murder them, and it falls out of their body. Oh, damn! Didn't even see that guy. Man, look at this room. Jeez. Here's another PDA. And let's see, Marcus Stanton.
This is Mark Stanton, Manifest Controller, currently stationed at Mars City. I'm not sure who to send this to, so I decided to send it to quite a few people. If you're on the recipient list, please take a moment to review this report. It is quite important. I'm very concerned over the shipping procedures out here. I am the Manifest Controller, and as such, I need to be informed of everything coming in and out of Mars City. Someone here is subverting my position and preventing me from getting data on things being shipped. This is unacceptable. Not only could this reflect poorly on my upcoming review, but this is my job and I'm tired of being out of the loop. I have no idea who keeps telling the shipping crews to allow things in and out without allowing me to produce or procure the manifest. But whoever it is, it must stop. One of the dock workers actually told me to piss off when I tried to stop one of the last containers from going straight to Delta. I immediately filed a report and will follow up with the transit manager next time I see him. End of log.
I feel you, Marcus. I feel you, brother. You know, I think in my own professional life, I've worked with that guy a few times. You know, that Marcus type, if you will. Here we get the card that you need to progress through this level right in this room.
Command HQ, this is Specialist Wilson. My team is gone. They're all dead. I'm running blind here. What are my orders? Over.
Specialist Wilson, this is Sergeant Kelly. Stay sharp, son. Move to your last known RP and fortify your position. We'll find you.
And we use that card to go through this door, and here is a Z-Sec fighter. Couple of them that you have to take care of. In a lot of ways, they are the hardest, one of the hardest type of enemies in the game. Now, these little drones right here that you see on the ground, these little spider drones, or whatever that they're called, Those are awesome. You'll see them throughout the game. Just follow them because they will automatically shoot any of the enemies that are around, and they do a pretty good job doing that. So you can save your ammo. You can be super expert good at this game, but I still think that you'll have ADO conservation issues throughout the game. You know, on Marine or Veteran, certainly Veteran and Nightmare modes, but you know, ammo conservation does as an issue, you know, like where you don't have enough bullets for a certain type of weapon that you feel like you really need right now. Like that will come up at least once, but preferably many times throughout your game, because that's what helps make the game really interesting. Is like, it's like, I really need plasma rifle right now, and I just got done using it for these enemies. I didn't know I was going to walk into a room full of, you know, cacodemons or something. And what I mean by that is, like, most of, just like any of the Dooms, in my opinion, Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 3 here, it depending on your enemy, or I should say each enemy has its own preferred weapon to kill it with. So I think plasma rifle has always been a good one for cacodemons, for example, the shotgun for the imps, and really the machine gun for any kind of Z-Sec fighters, any scan hit point detection type fighters, not fighters that have like a projectile to shoot at you. There's a couple different enemies in this one, in Doom 3, than it does deviate from the original story mode. This is a flame zombie that we see before us. They move a little bit faster than the other zombies, and they're on fire. But they don't have any projectiles, and they're still slow enough where you can be able to deal with them. And that right there is why the machine gun that you see right here is so awesome. Basically, it's my safety go-to weapon. You know, when I'm maybe a little bit low on health and I just need a particular weapon to make me feel like secure enough to like make it through like a portion of a level, you know, and not take any other damage. It's usually the machine gun that makes me feel that way. See, once you got the pattern down, that right there is textbook how you deal with imps. Seeing it, stuff like that right there. I just checked that room and that fast walking zombie was there. Went to the other side of where the storage locker is and came back, and there was 2 Z-Sec zombies right there. But anyway, so this is storage locker 017. We'll probably find out what the code is in here. If not, Google.
The most prominent topic was the vast number of psychological issues we are seeing as of late. The number of reports indicates that 10% of the overall base personnel have shown symptoms. As many people will not come in for this type of thing, the number of affected personnel could truly be in the 30 to 40% range. It has even manifested itself here in medical. We have several nurses and a couple of good doctors out for related reasons. I'm going to formally request 2 additional psychiatrists on the next shuttle from Earth. The 2 we have are being overworked, and the content of their sessions with patients is starting to affect them as well. Dr. Casey and out. Audio log for Dr. Kasian, currently stationed at Dr. Mark Kasian, at 1547, patient Jonathan Wills was admitted after complaining of insomnia and nausea. According to the nurse, Mr. Wills was calm and exhibited no signs of disorder when he was brought to exam room 5. However, by the time I reached him at 10 after 4, his personality had changed dramatically. When I entered the room, Mr. Wills lunged at me with a scalpel he apparently stole from a supply drawer. With the assistance of an orderly, we managed to subdue and sedate him without injury. Mr. Wills was heavily medicated and could not be diagnosed, but in the 20 minutes he was left unattended, he managed to carve 3 symbols in his arm and cut his own tongue into 2 halves. I can only guess at the cause of his problems. I hope that additional psychiatrists arrive soon. In the meantime, in response to this assault, all medical supplies and armaments will be locked in a secure hospital cabinet with the code 347. Dr. Kasian out.
And there we figured out the code by listening to the audio log. 347 for storage locker 17. We're almost finished with this level 3. Another flame zombie. And I'm just kind of scoping the surroundings out. Oh no, did I fail to save that guy? Oh well. Access restricted.
Connection established.
Marine, I can't believe you're still alive. I'm unable to return to Mars City. All passages out of the Delta complex have been blocked. I'm setting up a command post here. I can monitor status reports of the entire base from Delta Central Authority and communicate with other Marine teams. It's your mission to link up with Bravo Team and get that transmission sent. Head toward Alpha Labs. It's the fastest way to find them. I'll update your PDA security clearance from here. Good job. And good luck, Marine.
And of course you're supposed to meet up with Bravo Team. But first let's get into the security room, grab some ammo. The code for this is... Ooh, it's not 396. Man, what is it? 396? Or is it 369? 531? No. Okay. I do have like a little cheat sheet of different codes, but must have gotten confused. 347? No. Let me go down this list here of codes that I have. Ah, 5, 8, 4, 584. There we go. Moving right along. Sorry about that. So 584 for that security access door. And we probably got about 5 more minutes left of this particular level, Mars City. Let's see where we should go to next. You can hear the Z-Tech soldiers. I said Z-Tech, Z-Sec soldiers coming up. You can tell that they're close by because you hear this like radio kind of like discharge sound, as if they were communicating with each other on the radio, which doesn't really fit into the zombie trope, but that's how you can tell that they're around. So I heard something right there and I was prepared for them. But that's kind of why sound is really important in this game. I think if you were to like play music while you were playing this video game, like your own music, it would make this game extremely difficult. And notice how there is no music for each of these levels. Doom 1, Doom 2, and all of them, they had music attached to each of the different levels that they had. But in this one, it's just atmospheric, it's ambient or abstract sounds. And I think that's what really helps create the whole kind of like mood of the horror game. You know, like you can be looking at this control panel right here, and then all of a sudden a monster is creeping up on you. You hear a couple footsteps right at the last moment, and then boom, they're right behind you and you have to deal with it. And it's stuff like that that can really give you a jump scare.
Marine, if you run across any operational sentry bots, use them. Those guys pack a lot of firepower.
The UAC is here to help you. Psychological services are free and confidential.
You gotta get to Bravo team quickly. They need all the firepower they can get. Sending that transmission is critical to our survival.